So I have some Brawlhalla footage from yesterday where I 1v2'd people and actually won, so I'll be using that today to flex on all the haters. Hello everyone, You Like Cats here. Today's topic won't necessarily be a commentary, but it's about something that I've wanted to talk about for quite a while. Now, as most of you know, I'm a high school student and I have a passion for computer science. So, starting today, I'll occasionally be uploading these kind of devlog commentaries to show you guys what I've been doing behind the scenes, and also why I've been absent for the past 2 weeks. Today's devlog is the first of a series of devlogs on a Java game that I've been developing. Since I'm not aiming to make anything super professional or anything fancy, this game will not use any special game engines such as Unreal or Unity. I just want to get a feel for how fundamental Java works. So, this entire game, at least so far, only uses libraries that are associated with Java directly. I'll be using the Eclipse IDE, I think it's the Mars version, I don't even know, and I'll try to summarize my progress so far as best as I can. This will probably be the first devlog and the devlog that delves into the most actual code instead of just reviewing the concepts. It'll also be the one where the most progress is actually completed, so this will probably be the longest devlog to date. But it's whatever. Now, without further ado, let's take a look. Actually, before I start, I want to give credit to Yan Chernikov, also known as the Cherno, as a good chunk of this code is actually based off of his game programming series. The first time I tried making a game, I completely plagiarized his code, but now it's a little bit different as I found different ways to implement stuff. I would highly recommend checking his series out if you're actually serious about learning code and game development. And I'll put something on the top right or something to link to his channel, I don't even know how that works, but I'll figure it out when I edit. Anyways, now let's get into it. So, me with my little background of Java and knowledge of what classes and objects and packages and all that stuff is, the first thing I did was create a window with the specified width and height as well as a changeable scale. Looks pretty good. The problem now is that I actually want something to go on the screen instead of just this blank gray pixel thing, so I decided to make a buffered image to then put on the screen. The reason I went with a buffered image instead of just an image is because, well, it's an image with a buffer. And what this means is that the data of the image is accessible and can be manipulated. I can thereby use this to my advantage and create a buffered image and change the pixel values so that it displays my images. From here, I got the value of all the pixels as an integer array using this method. All you have to really know is that this thingy here turns the image into a changeable array of pixels. Next, I made the game loop. Well, not really. I kind of copy and paste it from Stack Overflow. A game loop is basically what controls the number of times the game updates and renders per second, and it's vital to the game. I have to find a better customized game loop once I fully understand what this one does, but for now, let's just say that I have a game loop. I then realized that I needed a new place to put my code in order to manipulate the pixels, so I made a class called Window that took care of that. From there, the Window's object's pixels would then be pasted onto the screen using what's called a for loop. That's basically the entire render method in a nutshell. It's all of this junk code, not really junk, it's important, but you know what, I'm just going to call it junk. Just to test out, I made the entire screen purple and tried to test it out. And it worked, it wasn't bad at all. I also made an input section which would contain all of the Java components that did keyboard and mouse inputs, and I put those as objects in the game. The keyboard will have to be updated in the update method because of the way that the keys are registered. Awesome, now we have keyboard and mouse inputs. At the end of the first devlog here, we have a purple screen with keyboard and mouse inputs, and that sounds pretty depressing for a game, but that is about it for this week's devlog. I've developed more, obviously, but I don't want this video to be too long. It'll take a couple weeks to catch up to my current progress, but until then, let me know what you think about this style. Do you want me to go more into depth with the code, or do you just want me to get to the point? Or do you just want me to not do this at all, which would be really sad, actually. I don't know if you want. Leave a comment and maybe tap the like button if you like the video, or on the contrary, dislike the video if you don't like it. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you soon.